is, we better get moving. Make sure you've got free space to move and some fresh air coming through, water on the side and all. So we're going to be nice and tall. Keep your shoulders down and relax. Arms down, thumbs out. Rotate out and rotate in. Keep your head as tall as you can. Feel like your chin is resting on something and your head is back. So you've got that stable position of the head. And it's good to look somewhere in the distance. Then think about your feet. So we're doing something with the arms, but you're still aware of the rest of the body. So your feet are well grounded, your toes can spread wide apart. You're keeping the arches lifted, soften knees. Good, let's get those shoulders to roll back and away. Lift, roll back and away. And we're breathing nice and deep with that. Then stretch those arms to the sides and you want to keep pinching the shoulder blades together. So point your thumbs down, front, up and rotate back. Lift, front, down, front, up, back. So you want to create some rotation in the shoulder joint. So it's coming from high up here and the whole arm is turning, not just your thumbs or wrists. And rest the arms, then shoulders back to front, roll it, keep your arms dangling loose. Perfect, arms to the height of the chest, you want the elbows to pull back, open. Pinch your shoulder blades open. So this is your dynamic stretch. We're going through the range of motion. We're keeping the body upright, so you're not ending up nose diving. Up and tall. Looking good. Now very smooth and easy, arms up and down. Now we want to do the same, but with your bum pointing back and your arms and chest slightly going up and down as well. Make sure you open your knees, you stick your bottom out and keeping a long spine. Good, stand up, hug, open, and again, these arms are almost not like yours, they just dead inside. Easy. Now stick your bottom back and do the same motion and free up your shoulders. Super loose and easy. What we're trying to create is also the distance inside of the shoulder joint. So your arms do hang further away from the center. Lift up, straight spine. Good. Easy walk. Knee to the hip height. You always want to push one foot down, lift the other. Good, a little bit of balancing. We lift, we open, push down without touching the floor, bring it back, step down, good. Lift down the front, rotate, push down, lift, close, step down. Make sure that whenever you do any kind of rotation, the other knee stays as it was. It doesn't rotate in. You open this knee and the opposite side stays as it was. Good, steady and easy. Arms anywhere if you need to hold on, or keep your arms to the sides. Do what you need to. Push the big toe down, little toe heel, head is up and tall. And one more of those. Steady, balanced, staying still on the hips, keeping your feet together. Turn the toes out, back together. You pivot on the heel. Now, let's keep the hands, one under the belly button, the other one on your chest. And when you do your movement of the rotation, we don't really rotate the body. It should come from the hip level. And mind yourself about the right and left. It might not be the same on the right or on the left, how far you can rotate. And you definitely do it by lifting the toes and rotating. Don't rotate your whole self, right? Not this. You are very stable. Nothing moves here, and you only just go through the hip. So you want to make it a little bit more pure hip rotation. Good. Open your legs wide. Now we want to rotate inwards. And again, looking for the movement to come from the hips. Rotate in, bring it back. Make sure you lift your foot, keeping the heel down when you turn in and when you turn out. You're keeping the heel as a pivot point, and then your toes move in and then out. In, out. You still don't want to move anything here, which is less likely you will. It's more likely that you'll just feel restricted. So think about how far you can go, create the movement through the hip joint. So then your kneecap should turn in, your thighs should turn in. Right, let's do a zigzag. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Now one leg at a time, spread to that zigzag. So you go toe out, toe, heel, and as far as you can, make it a lunge, and then come back, toe, heel, toe, heel, and then the other side. So we want to go as far as to the lunge, or wherever far means lunge for you. And we're still getting the toe, the heel, the pivoting keeps on happening until we get that stretch lunge position. And heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. So all the motion through the hip. All you want to do is loosen up. So if you feel like your knees getting a little bit looser, the movement is smoother, then we've achieved the goal. It doesn't have to go super far or look enormous. It can be quite small. Remember, the better you move your hip, the better you work your knees and the back. Because usually, if the hip's not moving correctly, then the knees and back are suffering. Lovely, shake it, shake it. Let's come back to the shoulders. You want to open the arm from the chest level, up and higher than the head. Rotate and pivot from the hips. Keep the arm loose. And you're only going as far as to feel a little bit of a stretch, that's all. Then we go in shoulder height. And then we're pointing down and behind you. So we turn it down and behind you. Down and behind you. And you're looking down as well. Down and behind you. Down and back. Down and back. Good. Now let's get us down as we were before with your bottom back. So it's always good hamstring work, stomach, back, all of that. Now keeping the arms loose, can we swing them? Imagine there's a pendulum or a swing. Now we're starting to rotate the hips as well. All you need to be is loose. Rotate the hips and rotate the shoulders. And rotate. And now the smoother you take it, easier it is. Now I need you to look down and move those arms and legs. So that's a different mobility for the spine. You're looking down, but you're swinging arms and hips. Good. Without rounding your back, Heidi. Look, my back is still straight. I'm still with a good posture because you work your hips and shoulders. Good. Something like that. And stand up, nice and easy. Good, good, lovely. Right, let's take ourselves to the balance position. So feet together, knees together. We want to lift the knee up. And we've got two pushing positions. One is to the front. You're gonna lift, and then it's to the back. There's a slight lean forwards on this one. When we push forwards, for now we're staying upright. When you go back, there's a bit of a lean. Good. So we push the heel And that's a different hip position, a hip work. This is extension and flexion. Keep your other foot firmly down. Let it stick to the floor nicely. Good. So if you feel quite balanced and the movement feels good for you, can we do a little bit more? Can we make it into a further flexion and extension? Whenever you go forwards with the hips, make sure you bend your bottom leg and you use your cheeks. And you only go as far as you can return. You don't want to go to the point of no return. Keep your foot down, big toe, little toe, heel, and create arches. And that also includes arches in the ball of your foot. Hips should be working super hard now. And rest. I usually feel ankle and calf muscles. You might have felt that as well. So let's get back to the other side. So feet together, find your center point, lift the knee, push the foot down, create the arches. Even my flat feet can lift up if I focus hard enough on the muscles. So we push in the heels forwards, lift, and then push behind with a little bit of a lean. Not a lot for now. Create a stable middle. So if you poke yourself on the sides of your stomach, you've got at least some bracing. And then if you're starting to feel a little bit more secure there in that position, we get in hip and leg pushing forwards, and then we lean with it. The clues in your foot and the hips. Use your abdominals hard. Good, and they never let go. At least for the stability point of this exercise. Keep your bottom foot, big toe, little toe, heel down, and breathe as you go. How are we doing? How are we doing? It doesn't have to be far. It doesn't have to lean all those directions. Anyhow you can challenge. A little bit of leg forwards, a little bit of leg back, that'll be enough. Good. Hands up who could feel their ankles and calves working very hard. Yeah? Good. Perfect. Right, grab hold of your block. So we're going to use it for stretch. We're going to go up and tall with your block or whatever you can hold on to. It can even be the chair. Wide legs. And we're going to start with toes inwards. Your bum will be back. Your hands will lightly rest on your block. And you want to lift your tailbone up. Your knees will be bent. With the toes turned in, you may feel more stretch going on the sides of your calves. To the ankles, to the side of the knee, side of the hip. Keep your chin in and breathe. So all we want to do is just stretch. Now bend your knees a little bit more and then open the backs of your knees just to the point of no change in the shape of your lower back. So whatever your legs are doing, your lower back must be in the same dip in the lower back shape with the natural arches. Same with the neck, little bend, push away, but it's only down through the legs, not because you change your spine into rounded, hunched back. Easy breathing. Good, bring your feet to parallel, squat down low, and then raise it up. Perfect, shake it off, jiggle, jiggle. Imagine you've got some dirt on the bottom of your shoe, and you want to shake it off, shake it off. All that unnecessary tension, we don't want the muscles to be like rocks the whole time. And shaking actually helps to reduce that tension. Turn your toes outwards. So they wide legs out with the toes. Bum goes back, lift your tailbone up and high. Remember, somebody's pulling you by the hook. Keeping the chin into the neck, breathing. Shoulders away from the ears. And you want to hold the position that allows you to breathe easy in and out, right? If you're starting to grunt, make noises, or hold your breath, then this is too hard for you now. And then do a little bit more bending and stretch just the legs. Remember, we're not changing the shape of the spine. You still have an arch in your lower back. You still have lifted tailbone. It's a steady bend and push away. You might be like me when you feel one leg working much harder than the other. So always go by that weaker leg, the one that finds it too intense. And you judge by that side when it's enough. So this is your active stretch. We're working through the range in a stretched position, but we're not doing it fast like in the previous arm exercises we've done. Then bend your knees, chest up, head up, and let's raise like a rocket. Very good, shake it off. The last position is parallel feet, and we're going to rotate. Still wide, but just toes to the front on this one, neutral. Hands under the shoulders on the block. One hand will stay down, and the other one up. Make sure you still stick your bottom out. You still have that natural arch in your lower back. Let's hold it for a full breath, and then take it down. You can bend your knees, just to keep that tailbone up. So you lift it up and hold it for full breath, in and out. Take it down, right, let's do one on each side again. Deep breath in, long breath out, and down, and one more time. Deep in, long out, and rested. Heels, toes close together, narrower squat, arms up, stand up. Very good, lovely. Come on down, grab a drink if you need it, and we'll be sat down. Working the hips a little bit. So this next position we're going to take is actually really, really good because one leg is rotated in, the other one is rotated out. But you need to be comfortable at the same time. So you get the block under your right cheek. So if this is your front right leg, back left leg, the block will be under your right cheek to even you out. Otherwise you might look crooked. Good. We're going to reach the arm up and around, and then you swap sides. And you just want to feel where enough is enough and feel slightly challenged with flexibility. So by sitting in this position, you already influence your hips. By adding on the upper body work, we not only work the upper body, but also influence the hip action. And then we're going to stay down this side on the left. Good. And then see if you can bring your stomach a little bit lower, but at the same time pushing that knee to the floor just by the means of your muscles. Walk your arms the other way, and then let's come down as far round and down again. This time we're pushing both knees down. Now keep your right forearm down, so the further one, and then lift the other arm up, pushing your palm to the ceiling. Good, and look up. Then bend your top arm, you rotate down, and then you lift it up. So face down to the floor with a very long spine. So we don't want to reach to the floor, we just want to rotate and open up, look up to the ceiling. Rotate, look up to the ceiling. With this one, we also affect the lower back QL muscles that run very deep. And one more. Good, lift it up. Now find your pelvis. This is your center. Walk your arms just as far forward as you can. Keep your bottom down. And deep breaths. Shoulders low. Walk back, stretch your legs forwards, and give them a little shake. If there was any particular area that you felt was maybe overstretching or pinching a little bit, give it a nice little rub. And then swivel the legs the other way. So we got left front, right back, if you followed me. and then block goes under that front leg cheek. Just put it somewhere where it's at least semi-comfortable. So we wrapping the arm around and reaching as far as you can, just in a natural range. You don't want to overdo it because the chances are your lower back will be giving in. We don't want to cause you any trouble. Because remember, the clicks sometimes we hear, the releases we hear, they come from the area that wants to let go, not the one that's really stiff. So you don't want to be too easy on those areas that are already mobile. Good, let's stay to your right side. Side. Bring it down low and push that knee down low as well. So imagine your stomach comes down. Now we're going around the other side and we're going as far around as you can. Maybe coming down on the forearms. Then leave your further away forearm down and then push up to the ceiling and press the palm up as well. We're looking up, good. Now bend the forearm, we rotate down without to round in your back and then look up. Rotate down and look up. You should feel the muscles stretching under the rib cage and those incurs from the rib cage to the pelvis. You don't want to feel like you're over maneuvering your joints. It's just a little stretch for the muscles, that's all. And one more.